Hey, if you have purchased my rent ledger, I'm going to show you how to add more tenants to your sheet. I've had lots of people ask this and it's a little bit tricky, so I'm going to show you how it works. So again, this is your dashboard. This is going to show all of your tenants here, and you're wanting to add more tenants below. If you go left to right on your bottom of your dashboard, you only have 10 tenants. So we're going to make sure to add more. So the first thing you want to do is just make sure you have enough rows for all of the tenants. So say if you wanted to add 10 more, we're just going to add 10 more rows to the bottom. And now you have enough space to add more tenants. Okay. So we also want to make sure to add, the little lines here. So you're just going to click and highlight this space and scroll down to the bottom for however many tenants you want to add. And then we're going to start with the next tenant. So this is tenant 11. Now, if you look here on the row above, you can see the tenant name is tenant 10. That's their name. But you can see the formula here. So it's pulling this information from the tenant 10 sheet, which is all the way over here. So I'm going to show you how we're going to add tenant 11. So we're going to scroll to the right, and we've got tenant 10 here, and then most of it is blank. So it's really nice to go ahead and copy a pretty almost blank sheet so that you can, not have to copy and paste so much or delete so much. So let's just start over. I'm going to have pretty much... We're going to delete all of this out. So that's as much as we want to delete. And anything that has, like the lines already, drop down boxes already filled in and balance owed. See, there's formulas in this. We want to really be careful not to delete that, because if we deleted it, now we don't have a formula in that box. So we just want to be careful. So we'll just Control Z to undo that. Make sure that anything that's in a 0 or the drop down box is left alone. And then anything, here on the right, if you can look in the formula box, there's no formula, it's just numbers. So we can delete those out. But see, this one says total received 0, and then it's got a formula. We want to leave that alone. Okay. So only delete things that don't have a formula. Now this is pretty much blank. So we're going to click on the drop down box here and then hit duplicate. And so now we have another availability for a tenant. We're going to right click and hit rename. So it's tenant 11. Now we can put in the tenant's information. So we're going to put in their name, their phone, email. We're going to put in their address. They're going to start, the first. They're going to end the following year. The rent's going to be $3,000. And then we're going to say if they did have a pet, it's going to be an extra $150. Any miscellaneous fees would be $50. A late fee is $50. So this is going to show how much they've paid, again, in column F. And then balance owed is going to be in column H. Let's say the time period, this is going to be for January 2026. And then the due date is going to be by the 5th. And then the rent due is going to be, let's say that they're going to have the rent plus they're going to have a pet. So it's going to be 3150. And they paid 3150. So there's no late fees. And they paid, the day before. They were on time. Oops. 26. I keep forgetting it's 2026. I showed you all of that just to show what details are in for tenant 11. So when we go back to the dashboard, we want it to pull up in here. Well, it's not pulling up in here. So I'll show you how this is going to work. So I put all of those details in the spots that they're supposed to go to. And they, of course, are not here on the dashboard. So I'm going to show you how to get it on the dashboard. Let's go back to tenant 10, and then I can show you the spots that everything goes in. So tenant 10 name is E3, and so this is the sheet of tenant 10, and this is the location of E3. So let's go in here, and we're looking for tenant 10 name. So we're in tenant 10, and then we're looking for column E and number 3. So that's here. So that's how this is pulled in. It's from here. So this is the formula for this to go into this box here. So there's two ways that we could pull the formula in. One, we could go to the FX box and put equals, and we can go into tenant 11, and we're looking for their name, and then we click the button here, their name, and we hit enter, and it pulls in that formula. We could also go and say, okay, this is I3, we're looking for their address, so we can go to equals, go to tenant 11, and we're looking for I3, and that's it. Hit enter. So that's how it pulls over, okay? Sometimes, to make it even easier without me having to go and look and find all the boxes, I could just grab this, and I know that this is tenant 10 and this is I5. I could just highlight this and hit copy and bring it down, and then go back to the FX, paste, but now instead of tenant 10, it's tenant 11, and I'm going to hit enter. So the total rent, $31.50, it's I5, and it's right here. So that's where it's pulling in from. Does that make sense? So we're going to go do this again to the dashboard. This is tenant 10 Q6. Paste, but we're going to do tenant 11 Q6. Total received, and let's go find it where Q6 is. Q6, that's total received. Does that make sense? So instead of having to go and find the box every time and bring it over and all of that stuff, sometimes it's easier just to grab the formula from the top, especially if you're doing this multiple times. We know that it's pulling in. You can go double check. We can go in. Is that Q7? Is this the balance owed? Q7, balance owed 150. So that's it. Now, the big thing also we want to make sure of when we're bringing formulas over, and make sure that you're doing it the right way, is we want to make sure that these at the top, the total received, also includes all of the new rows that you've added, okay? So we've got sum of F6 to F17. So it's totaling up this section here. Well, if we add in more rows, it's going to need to add in everything. So we want to now, instead of F6 to F17, we want to go down to F27, like battleship game, you know? So now we want to go from F6 to F27. And now it's going to include everything in this row. Total tenants, it's going to count from C6 to C17, but we might have more tenants now. So why don't we go ahead and go from C6 to C27? And now it's going to calculate everything and grab all of those tenants. Okay, the last part is you also are going to want to see the new tenants, and you want to see them in this chart as well. So what we want to do is scroll to the right, and once you have added more rows, we want to make sure that this section, see how if we highlight this, when we go up to the FX section, there's some formulas here. So we want to just highlight this part and go to the blue dot and then drag this all the way down. So now in each one of these cells, there's a formula, okay? And then also you want to highlight this whole section. Then we want to go to the chart itself, hit the three dots and hit your edit chart. And it is saying go to data range S6 to T15, which is here, but it's only including S6 to T15, which is here. And so it's not including your new tenant. So what we want to do is now highlight this whole section that's going to include all of the new tenants. And now it's S6 to T28. Top left-hand corner, it's showing you. So we're gonna copy that, go to the three dots in your chart, edit chart, go to the data range, and we wanna now go S6 to T28 and click that, and then it will add in all of the new tenants that you have. So that is how to add more tenants to the rent ledger, and it's a little complex, but I believe in you and I know you can do it. If you have any more questions, feel free to reach out. This sheet again is available at my website at savvyandthriving.com, and I hope you guys have a great day.